Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at the energy of your next breakthrough. To do this reading, we will be pulling out 3 cards from this deck. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, you will find a timestamp for that down in the description box, which will take you straight to the part of the introduction where we shuffle your signs and find out in which of the piles they'll fall under. And if you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile, this is also an option, and you will find the timestamp for that as well down in the description box. All right, otherwise, let's take a look at your cards and see what you've got for today's reading. For pile number 1, you've got the card 8 of Pentacles. For pile number 2, you've got the card 8 of Cups. And for pile number 3, you've got the card Page of Cups. As always, if you prefer to pick your piles using your crystals, this is the next section. And lately we've been doing this part together. So let me open the pouch and see what crystals would best suit these cards. All right. Well, I'm getting a lot of yellows for sure. Ooh, that's actually really nice. Let's keep that one here. Right? Actually, we could do it the other way to mimic the shape of the cup. Yeah. And then we're getting a lot of reds, a lot of dark colors like black, grays. So I'm thinking, actually, we can place the grays here. I'm thinking hematite. I've got this disco ball hematite. Or labradorite, whatever pops up first, the labradorite or the or the hematite, and the hematite popped up first. So we can place this beautiful disco ball hematite here, and then let's go for the pop of red here. We can do cherry quartz, we can do carnelian. It's a bit dark for this one, I think. We can do red jasper as well. But if you ask me, I think the cherry quartz is looking like it's matching the best. So let's place that here. And I think we have our crystals for today's reading. Let's put everything back. And let me introduce your crystals to you. Right, so for pile number 1, your crystal is the beautiful hematite. For pile number 2, your crystal is the beautiful cherry quartz. And for pile number 3, you've got the beautiful yellow Aventurine. Okay, so take a look at which one. Let me adjust that before I say that. I just want to make everything look clear for you. There we go. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this will be the pile for you here today. In case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition. It's meant to take you to the messages you're meant to hear today regarding the energy of your next breakthrough. And so if you're feeling drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, know that your reading will be expanding and showing you new perspectives, or maybe even zooming in or zooming out on the messages that you've been hearing. So yeah, trust your intuition, let it lead the way, and once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in the next section, I will be assigning different zodiac signs to each pile. If this is something that you're interested in, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. Okay, so if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you so that you can do just that. And in a moment, I will be pulling out, after the shuffling, 4 signs for each pile. All right. I believe we're pretty much ready. Let's get straight into it. And pile number 1. For pile number 1, these will be the 4 signs. For pile number 2, these will be the 4 signs. And for pile number 3, these will be the 4 signs. Okay, so let's see what we've got. For pile number 1, your signs are Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius, as well as Scorpio. For pile number 2, the signs are Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, as well as Virgo. For pile number 3, the signs are Cancer, Aries, Pisces, as well as Libra. I'm getting a crazy idea. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but I suddenly, as I'm putting these zodiac signs for each card, I suddenly got hit by the idea that I should connect the zodiac signs in each house. So these zodiac signs together with their meaning in the 8th house would give us particular message. These signs again in the 8th house together will give another message. And then these signs in the 11th house, because of the pages, will give another message. Yeah, just got hit with that. So I'm going to follow my intuition. If you don't want to watch this part, you can skip ahead, but I'm going to do it very quickly. And I'm going to leave a note here under each pile and then see the 3 notes, what they want to say. And I will give you a strong message about what you're meant to hear right now. So yeah, let me do that and I'll be back. I'll just bring 3 papers here. Okay, so let's begin with the first message. Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius are all signs of free thinking, exploration, looking at a variety of different things, thinking outside of the box. But Scorpio is more into depth, right? Getting into the depth of things. So there's something about explore deeply other areas. 8th house is transformation. So explore deeply other areas outside of box or scope, because this will cause massive transformation. So that's the first message I'm seeing here. Now, Leo is be bold, hardworking, and steady. Take bold, and don't be afraid to show off. Don't feel afraid to take bold moves. Take bold actions consistently, every single day. Bold, consistent. I want to say hard work because of Capricorn. Like do the hard, whoops, what did I do here? Do the hard work, right? Bold, consistent, hard work, Virgo, every day. Again, we're looking at transformation. So I'm seeing an underlying message for everyone that there is a massive transformation on the horizon. And finally, and I'll put these together in a moment, finally, with the Page of Cups, that's the 11th house. Cancer, nurturing. Aries, passionate, loving, but balanced. There's something about loving, passionate, care, empathetic, with empathy, with the Pisces, empathetic, balanced, and the 11th house, community or like-minded community. So if I were to look at your general message that you're meant to hear right now, I would say right now you're being guided to explore other areas outside of the regular scope that you're very focused in. You're so focused on something that you're giving your back to everything else. And interestingly enough, you're now guided to open your mind, to look at other areas that you want to explore that make you happy in a different way, because that will be the beginning of your transformation. Now, when you explore this different area that you've been giving your back to, like maybe you've been giving your back to exercise, maybe you've been giving your back to your passion, maybe you've been giving your back to your health, I don't know, but it's very important. Something very important here that you are guided to right now, start looking into. Look outside of the regular scope that you keep looking into, because they will take you down a rabbit hole, a very interesting one. I mean, Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius, Scorpio, that's going to be very interesting, a very interesting path that you will love, that you will be moving towards, because with the cups now this time, you're really going to enjoy it. And so in this new path, you're guided to now start putting in the the work. Start taking bold actions. They don't have to be necessarily big, but they have to be bold. Start taking these bold moves and work consistently towards this new goal every day. Because here's your promise. If you do that, you're going to go through a massive transformation that's meant to happen in your life right now. There's a portal waiting for you to pass through. If you choose to go through this portal, something about you will be surrounded by a huge community of like-minded people who will be empathetic, who will be passionate, they will be balanced. You will really love their balance. And it seems like you guys will be helping each other and enjoying each other's company very much. It's a give and take with the Libra and the balance. And yeah, this is a portal that will take you to this community. You will be helping each other in a massive way towards this new journey that you are guided to move towards. Okay, so this was, it seems, a strong message that you were meant to hear right now, because I suddenly envisioned doing exactly what I've done that in my mind as I looked at these cards. I don't know what they did. The cards and the signs just really gave me this vision to do that. So someone here needed to hear this. If you stuck around, this is your message. And yeah, so going back to the zodiac signs, please feel free to pick your pile using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. Alternatively, if you prefer to pick your pile using any other placement in your chart, please feel free to do that. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And please note that in the next section, Spirit will be picking your pile for you. If this is something that you're interested in, please stick around. If not, please pause the video and take as much time as you need. Oh, and speaking of general messages, yesterday I just posted a video on the other channel, White Feather Zodiac Tarot, of creating a card that was so much fun. And there was a prophetic message there. The message was really nice. So yeah, join us on the other channel and listen to your message. All right, let's get straight into it. If you prefer for Spirit to pick your pile, welcome. This part of the introduction has been created specifically for you. And as you know, what I like to do is assign a different tarot card to each pile based on the numerology of the major arcana. I wanted to switch it up a bit for you guys today. All right, so the Magician will be presenting pile number 1, the High Priestess pile number 2, and the Empress pile number 3. And what I simply like to do is shuffle them around until one of the cards is about to happen. There we go. Draws my attention. I usually don't miss the other card to the other side, or don't pull, like in that case, the card from the other side. Okay, so your chosen pile for today's reading by Spirit is pile number 3. Lovely. So, my dear soul family, these were the different ways in which you can pick your pile in today's reading. I truly hope that you've enjoyed them and that they brought you the clarity that you need to find your pile. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box, which will take you straight to your readings. And I can't wait to see you there. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at the energy of your next breakthrough, and these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today, as always. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I list them below for you guys. Okay, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful Hematite in the shape of a disco ball. And your significator card is the 8 of Pentacles. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Aquarius, Gemini, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, I think your cards are pretty much ready. We'll begin your reading by taking a look at your oracle cards first to sort of grasp the energy of where the reading is taking us. Pick up on the preliminary or general idea of the energy of your next breakthrough. And then, of course, as always, we'll expand your reading using your tarot cards. Right, so I don't think we can place anything else here. So let's just leave it like that. And let's take a look at your oracle cards. So you've got the Air, unseen potential, as well as the keyword hesitation. The Air, it looks like someone here is working. Perhaps you're next on the throne, so to speak. Maybe your manager. I know it's like very specific, but I am seeing it. So perhaps it's meant for someone to hear. Perhaps maybe your manager is leaving, or maybe your manager is going higher up, and maybe there's a new position at your work. There's something about you leveling up. You're next in a massive level up here with the Air. It's your turn kind of energy is what I'm feeling here. Okay, you've got, I think we should place this one here. You've got Death. So yeah, we're looking at a massive transformation and a massive end, creating energy and space for something else. Yeah, you've got Saturn with the keyword limitation. It says pruning the roots, right? So yeah, that's what happens with the end here. Like you prune the roots, you prune your plants in order for healthier ones to come. So anyways, it says go to the root of a matter and find out what needs to be cut back. Limitation now can create expansion later. Connect with the part of yourself that is self-sufficient, practical as well as practical and experienced. Okay, sorry. So it's almost guiding you to look deep into the things that you haven't been looking at, it seems, or maybe some things, some deep-rooted things are about to be exposed, and as taking off, maybe cutting off some parts that were ruining the whole system. Yeah, I'm picking up on something like that intuitively. Exposing some deep-rooted things, systems maybe. Taking off the things that were causing disease maybe to the rest of the whole system. Yeah, it's like adjusting the foundation maybe. Right. Let's see the rest of the cards. You've got Venus with love. It's all for the greater good. So yeah, it does look like a massive breakthrough here in this pile. Right, so laying stepping stones, you see, like going back to the roots, clearing out what's not working, and then laying stepping stones. And it says by hand. Love does not have to be instant. It can be cultivated. The stepping stones to get there are appreciation, trust, forgiveness, communication, tolerance, as well as gentleness. Connect with the part of yourself that is open-hearted and ready to embrace all life has to offer. Wow. Okay. Well, the cards are definitely giving us a great understanding of the energy, right? We'll get into the details using your tarot cards in conjunction to the oracle cards, of course, but let's continue, and I'm sure your message will be very clear in a moment. Right, life lessons, and you're holding these life lessons. You really value them, it seems. So life lessons learned, excuse me, wisdom gained, completing cycles, growth through experience. I'm wiser now. Wow, so it's like a transformation that is ready once you've grasped a massive lesson here. Or maybe everyone involved is about to grasp a massive lesson. Who knows? Let's keep going. So you've got the Shining Gale. This is the Knight of Swords. You've got the Fool card with the Seeker. Spirit in search of science. Oops, sorry. There's the roots again that are exposed. Pruning the roots. There they are again. Exposing something from the roots so that it blossoms with love. Very interesting. And then you're going to go through a tunnel, a temporary tunnel, because this is not instant, what we're looking at now, before you go out into what you really love. So that's the energy. We're reading energy, right? So that seems like what you're about to go through in order to get or experience this breakthrough, this tunnel that you're about to get into right now, of exposing the lies or exposing things from the roots that you haven't been seeing. As you go like from one office to a bigger office, metaphorically speaking, there's this in-between period where you know that you're gonna be next, and that's wonderful, but then as you know that something great is coming, it's on the horizon, it's not an easy process. It's not a process of, oh, pack up your stuff, go to the other office. There's, where are these reports, metaphorically speaking? Show us what you've done with this. Ah, you didn't do that? Or Well, fine, let's now finish this up because we want things to work out properly. So you're going through this phase of making sure you end things properly in the chapter before. As you do that, many things are exposed, but they are to your benefit. They're not easy. This little passage is not easy, but it will be fast with the Knight of Swords, which is great to see, right? It'll be fast, relatively fast. No, actually very fast. This is the Knight of Swords. I said relatively in the grand scheme of things, right? But it will feel fast, right? This is an important tunnel because you'll be picking up important lessons that you will be grateful to finally understand and fully grasp. So this is an important period in your life. And you're wrapping up something with the Death card here. You're next, or you're about to have something big with the air. You're next is what I'm getting, whatever this next means for you. But you're next. You're the next generation of that gets to enjoy the fruits of their hard work. Yeah. Let's see how you're next. What you're next for. So you've got the Magus. This is the magician. Ooh, that's a powerful magician. Divine powers of the mortal spirit. I feel there's a massive shift here. Massive shift that will genuinely feel magical, this one. The results that you're getting, the things that are happening are super magical, but you are also going through an internal, I was going to say change, but I heard challenge or something. Yeah, it's going to be an important one, like, important part of your life, like I keep saying, albeit very short. Yeah, you know how things are relative. Sometimes you go through something super short and it teaches you a massive lesson in life. I'm sure you can think of something like that in your life. And sometimes you go through a long period where it seems like not much has happened, but perhaps you needed that long time to finally understand something. Yeah, so it's all relative, really. But it's such a super short time that you'll learn a lot from. You've got another full card. This is a powerful new beginning, this time with the Initiate. Spirit in search of experience. Wow. So I feel like there's something about you're going through two types of journeys, an internal journey and an external one, all at the same time, which is the magician, as within, so without. So two journeys in parallel at the same time in such a short period. Oh, but this is creating a massive breakthrough for you. Yeah, it's all for love. It's all good, right? It's adjusting the wrong foundations in your life and giving you something super powerful. Right, and your last tarot card for this row, at least, is the Archangel of Mysteries. This is the King of Pentacles. Right. Angel who illuminates the shadow. Right. Angel who illuminates the shadow. Yeah. That's exactly what I see. The illumination of the shadow. Seeing the things in your internal world that you didn't know about, and seeing things in your external world that you didn't know about. Learning massive lessons in both areas as you're moving very quickly towards a massive breakthrough. Right, I want to pull out cards because, the massive breakthrough could be right in front of my eyes, but I'm missing it. And for this reason, I just want to pull out cards to help me pick up on what this massive breakthrough is, particularly because we're getting a lot about how it's happening. And it could be showing us what it is. I'm just not seeing it yet. So you've got, two cards, right. So the magician moved. We're going to keep it there. And then we're going to place these two cards. This is what it is. Ooh, the warrior. This is the sun card. Master of the mystic light. And then you've got the Three of Orbs, the Three of Pentacles with the Mason. So this is the breakthrough. The Sun card is a card of healing, massive healing. It's a major arcana. So there's massive healing. Also, I'm seeing up next in this breakthrough, you're suddenly going to see yourself in harsh spotlight, but harsh in a good way, like a lot of it, not in a bad way. Whether this is because you're becoming the new manager, all eyes on you, you're shining bright as a leader, or maybe you're going to be popular, right? So again, all eyes on you and you're shining bright. So in that way, I'm seeing, yeah, I'm seeing that your name, who you are as a person, your energy, your entrance holds a lot of weight with this particular Sun card. Yeah, something about the weight of your energy, your light, very strong. You could, like, you're a light being, but now you're standing in your light. Wham! Strong light all of a sudden. You can't be missed. You can't be taken for granted, although nobody, gives that to you. But you can't now. It can't happen almost. Can't be taken for granted. Can't be missed. Can't be unseen. Your light is shining bright. So that's the first breakthrough. Second breakthrough, Three of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. I have a feeling or strong understanding, because both cards have to do with work. So if you're not working, maybe this is your university. If this is not your studies, then it's something that you care about, something regarding your goals, right? So yeah, these are the different energies, your collaborations with others, with the Three of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like the second breakthrough, the external, we did say there were two. Yeah, of course, duh. So first one has to do with your energy. You're blossoming and your energy is very powerful. It can't be missed. You're a queen, you're a king. And the Three of Pentacles, it has to do with your work/goals. And I am seeing here, that's the tunnel, right? That's the slit here. That's the tunnel. And there's a little but weighty tunnel like path or stage that you're getting into before you're able to pass through the other side where it's evergreen. This is the Irish green man, signifies great abundance. So yeah, you're moving into great abundance with your work. Hold up next, there is like a stage where you're like, I don't know what to do. But the awesome thing about this stage, the Three of Pentacles shows highlight. It shows you, it highlights to you this evergreen. It's not like you're moving through this tunnel and you can't see the end, the light at the end of the tunnel, where you don't know where you're going and you're lost. It's nothing like that. In fact, you're going to be pretty excited because you know what's next. It's just that to get there, you can see it clearly, but to get there, there seems to be a massive challenge that you're going to go through. Massive expose, pruning, cleaning, readjusting the foundation, making these hard steps yourself by hand. But you can see from where you are that great abundance, massive abundance. I'm seeing massive breakthrough in terms of your finances as well, your power and your finances. So let's now zoom into this pruning period of the expose and the healing it, ending what's wrong, and the massive change with the snake, the shedding of the skin that's happening in the area of your work particularly, or your goals, right? Okay, so thank you so much. As within, so without, the two changes that are happening. But we now know it has to do with your energy and your blossoming, how you're shining bright. And yeah, the cards were explaining it. The King of Pentacles has to do with your work and finances. Okay, so now let's explore more regarding the challenge that you will be going through. Saturn energy. I'm sure that's what you're thinking right now. Like, what kind of challenge is that? And what will I be doing? And what am I being guided to do? So, you've got the Herald of the Waters. This is the King of Cups. We're looking at the challenge, right? King of Cups. Oof, the Destroyer. This is the Ten of Swords. Yeah. You've got the Hector, the Five of Swords. Yeah, that's not an easy period. But I have good news for you. I have really good news. This is the Page of Cups. Sorry, this is not the King of Cups. My apologies. Page of Cups. I have really, really, really good news. Pages are childlike energy. Pages is someone who wants to begin doing something that they love, that they're excited about. They're curious about it. Their heart started fluttering towards something for the first time. It's like a kid seeing their favorite toy for the first time. And they're like, oh, I love this toy, Transformers. Like it transforms into a car. Oh my God. So it's that energy of seeing something for the first time, falling in love with it. And we do understand that. It's like your manager or your company telling you, hey, by December, for example, you're going to be the new leader. So you're like, oh, new leader for the first time or something like that. So you're very excited, right? You get the news here, Herald, right? You hear the news and you're very pleased. You're excited. You're like, oh my God, my life is gonna take a different turn. I'm so excited about it. But you're also like the newbie here who is excited about this new position, new salary, but now is starting to realize the extent of work that's needed for this new role, the sort of new organization or organized way and the new system they have to learn about. So they start getting questions like, did you follow up with this team? I should have followed with this team. Yeah, I'm gonna follow with this team. Where's your system? Like, do you have KPIs? You're getting all these shocks for the first time. Get us all these reports. How do I get them? Well, you should be organized, right? You're the new leader. Don't you have your data? And you're getting all these shocks, right? The first time. And you're like, oh my God, the amount of work. You're like rushing to learn, to put it together, to keep yourself organized. You're asking all the leaders to mentor you maybe or to guide you. You're peeking at what they're doing. You're looking online, all of these things. And it's rough because now you got to have your life together in order to be able to be in that position. Whatever this is, like this could be a new mother for some of you, right? You're getting all the other mothers telling you, you're not eating right, you're not doing this, how are you going to expose your child to that? And you're like, oh. So whatever this is, you're like starting to grasp the magnitude. You're coming out of your naivety with regards to this amazing new role. And you're like getting into intense, with the Ten of Swords, intense period, destructing the wrong roots, the wrong foundations, and you're building new ones. So the good news is, although this is intense, I'm not going to lie to you. Five of Swords, it's like really not just challenging you, but it's initially beating you. You're like, I don't know how to do these systems. They're not right. How am I going to get the information I've missed? How am I going to do this? It's intense, right? But I have good news for you. Although super intense, you will find yourself weirdly enough enjoying it. It's like staying late in the office, picking up all this information and finding yourself at some point going, hey, I really like how this information is coming together. They're giving me patterns. I love learning this. So the next day you're like, we need to talk about this new pattern that I'm noticing as a new leader. Where is this storage? Because I'm noticing a gap here. And the team's like, oh, this new leader is good. Well, we were thinking we don't want to fill it up now. And now that you're looking into the information, you're like, that's not the right decision, because if we don't fill it up now, there's the expiry date. And everyone's like, oh, so you're like, right, now we need to fill it up so that we don't like lose these products. And you're like, hey, although it's like tiresome, I'm learning a lot and I don't know a lot, but I'm also at the same time starting to enjoy a lot. So it's a ratio of 2 to 1, right? 2 to 1. Two things, two, let's call it 80-20 rule, right? To 80-20. 80% of the time you're like, what am I gonna do with that? Oh, I gotta pick that up, I gotta learn that, I didn't get right. But there is the 20% where you get to, even in the tunnel, you're like, I get why this is important, I'm enjoying this, I'm finding it enjoyable actually dealing with all of this. So going through a hard time doesn't necessarily mean, looking at your cards now, it's going to be bad. Sometimes you go through what in theory could have been bad time, only to find yourself that you're going through it gracefully, going through the challenges and the pain gracefully, and you're like, that's not so bad. Can I say that? It's not so bad. There are some people during, the 2020 year, there are some people who said, that was the best year of my life. And it flabbergasts us hearing this. But there are people who said, I it was a great year for me. Everything that happened suited me. So if these people had heard about what was going to happen, perhaps they would have been scared, hearing, oh, there's something in 2020, like let's say a tarot reader, or they see it in their cards, or they know about it beforehand from experts or anything. They know about this, they could have been scared, only to go through this period and realize it was actually really, really good. It was convenient for them. And so in that way, perhaps this would be inconvenient for other people, but seeing your energy, I'm picking up on the idea that although most of the time you'll be dealing with it, it's going to be challenging, but weirdly enough, it could be a game for you. It could pass like a game for you. You might just enjoy it. And you're going to appreciate mostly learning the lessons that you really want to learn, right? You really appreciate the lessons in this tunnel time of your life. You're going to love it. Weirdly enough, you're going to love this time. So actually, apologies. So actually, I feel like this is going to be one of those times where you go through this transformational tunnel and you actually really enjoy it, which is great news for this pile. Now, I just want to get a bit more specific. If this is not like an actual position at work here, what could it be then for you? I mean, if it's a position at work, then it's very clear. It could be that for most of you. But just in case this is not resonating with you, if this is not a position at work where you're getting a bigger package, a bigger position, yeah, what is it for others, please? The 5 of Cups with the grotesque. The Chariot. Okay. And the joyous one, the 10 of Cups. Right. The Air. Well, with the Air, as well as the 10 of Cups, this is a family matter. Some of you will, like the mother example was on point. Someone here will be blessed with a child in their family, right? If it's not a position with the Chariot, it's a move. How come it's your turn in that case with the Air? It's a move. I need to think. The air. Air is air. Flying doesn't have to be like it's your turn unless it makes sense to you. I feel like you're traveling luxe, going to a new place in style or with money, which is great. Yeah, that's for some of you here. It's there. Yeah, a new luxurious move. Maybe the air, like you're buying a new house, a really nice one, and you're moving there, which is great. So that's there. Five of Cups. For some of you, you've been dealing with disappointment for a long time. And now all of that energy is dropping and it's your turn. And that's highly spiritually guided. There is a spirit here. Highly spiritually guided experience where you're going to come out of the disappointments. You're en route now. That's like the intense part, but you're going to enjoy it as we discussed. That's falling, and it's like it's your turn in life to enjoy the best, the abundance and happiness and love that life has to offer. Yeah, these are the three different energies other than the position at work, which I think for most of you is the case here. Yeah. And something is nudging me to check what life lesson you're going to be learning internally, right? We know externally it has to do with the processes and the foundation of what you're getting into. But internally, what is that life lesson that you will be so appreciative for? Oh, two. Is that a Queen of Wands? No, that's the Hermit, right? She did look like the Queen of Wands, right? The way she's shining bright. Right, so that's the Hermit. And then we've got the Nine of Wands. Something about boundaries, showing your light, not Hermit, not depending on others to show your light, setting strong boundaries, being confident and strong, and having your neck tall, standing up high. Yeah. Being proud, not in a bad way, but in a confident way. Self-love, being proud, holding your head up high, standing in your light, not needing anyone for that, setting strong boundaries and being confident, being able to endure with the Nine of Wands that which you couldn't before. So that's, you're learning how to, yeah, the Sun, we did say standing in your light, that keeps coming for you. Perhaps you're hermiting right now and you'll be able to open your boundary, not your boundaries, I mean open yourself up to connecting with others because you've got strong boundaries now. Whereas before, maybe it was the opposite. No boundaries, and maybe you didn't expose yourself because of that to others at all. So there's something about that here internally. You're learning. Sometimes it's about one piece of information or one understanding. You could hear things many times, but it doesn't sink in, just like the Hermit here. There's something that will sink in, just like the fish getting into the water. Something's going to sink in, the Hermit, that you will really grasp, especially something about boundaries. Maybe you've heard it before, but it's really sinking in for you, and it's allowing you to fully stand in your light. Yeah, my dear pile number one, this is exactly what I see in full when it comes to the energy of your next breakthrough. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile, oh, something is telling me to check what that lesson is. I mean, if it's just about sinking in, what's that lesson that's about to sink in? Ace of Wands. Being creative, unapologetically create. That's the raw energy, being raw. That's why I'm saying being unapologetically creative, being unapologetically fun, being unapologetically your energy, letting it all out. Something like that here. So yeah, My dear pile number one, we keep postponing ending the reading. It was so enjoyable. I wish you the best of luck with this massive breakthrough. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number one, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at the energy of your next breakthrough. And these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. But very quickly, let me introduce your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful cherry quartz. Your significator card is the Eight of Cups. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, whoops, this one fell. We're going to take it. Then in that case, the signs for this pile are Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, as well as Virgo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Right, so these are our oracle cards today. I'll be shuffling your tarot cards and using it shortly, but let's take a look at the energy of the oracle cards first. What are they showing us? What type of energy are we seeing in your breakthrough? Right. So let's keep that one here, this Eight of Cups. Place your beautiful crystal there. Yeah. And take a look at the rest of your cards. So, you've got clickbait. Shocking. You won't believe the story. Right. So, misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truths, not what it seems. Very interesting. Perhaps you're about to find out that maybe somebody's been clickbaiting you into something. Right. We'll find out. Or something was sort of a clickbait. It wasn't really what you expected. We'll see. You've got the Pilgrim with the keywords opportunities as well as growth. Right? Might not be so bad after all. Okay. You've got the wisdom aspect of Pisces with imagination. Take a walk on a rainbow. So reality is not always the space you need to inhabit. What worlds can you create in your mind's eye? Guys, I had a dream yesterday, speaking of the reality. It is mind-blowing. I'll show you. I'll show you what this, why I'm saying that. So imagination can inflate your fears, but it can also be used to piece together exciting new ideas and possibilities. So I had this weird dream. It's a bit private, but I'll tell you the fascinating part. So a long time ago, I dreamt about having something, right? And back then, when I had this dream, it was so real, guys. It was the process of me having it, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I got that. It was many years ago. I can't believe I got that. And the dream was so vivid in where I got it, how I got it, what happened, and all of that, right? So yesterday, many years later, I got that thing that I wanted, right? So yesterday, I got this dream, and I was speaking to a friend, and then this thing that I acquired in my dream life, not the real one, right, popped up in the dream. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot that I got this. How can I forget that I have something like that? And look, no, now I have two. And my friend's like, My friend, by the way, was with me in the other dream when I got that thing. So my friend's like, yeah, you have that. How did you forget that you have that? I was like, I never, like, isn't it weird that I always just thought I had this, which is the real thing? And um I how can something so significant, how can I have two of them and always just register that I have this one? So my friend's like, that's weird because you have two. Like, I thought you would know that you have to. That's weird that we're having this conversation. Don't you remember when we went together to get it? And I said, yes, I remember that we went together and got it. I remember everything. And again, the dream was vivid, and I remember the other vivid dream, which is that getting that to be so real. So we were looking at it again, remembering our steps and what we did to get it, and it was so crazy. So I woke up and I called my friend and told him about this whole situation, told him about the dream and the other dream, and how he was like, yeah, of course. You have that one. And I even drew it in the journal. The funny thing is, when I drew it in the journal and then I took a picture, sent it to my friend, and he's like, hold up, you know, doesn't this look like this thing that you're trying to achieve? And he's like, he's not even psychic or into any of the things like looking at, but he's it's like almost like he channeled something there. He's like, wait, the way you're drawing this and describing it is so similar to what you're trying to achieve. And I said, yeah, but it's not these. And he's like, yeah, I know, but it's weird. And he started speaking our language, and he's like, but it is very close. Like, when I looked at your picture and your description, it's just so close to, it looks and sounds so close to what the goal you're trying to achieve. And I was flabbergasted because it felt so real in the dream. I don't know why I'm telling you about this, but it just blew my mind. And seeing this Pisces card of going, like, what's real? Because I asked myself yesterday, these are all dreams, but it was so real. So maybe they're real, you know? So it's just that this card reminded me of that situation. So I'm just going to ask you, is there something, is there a massive sign that you've been seeing lately? I want you to keep that in mind in the reading. Have you been seeing a sign lately? And speaking of signs, all of a sudden, I just decided to place this 4-clove lever to the corner. I was like, oh, that's pretty. I was doing some arts and crafts yesterday. So I was like, oh, that's pretty. Let's keep it here. Maybe that's your sign. That would be crazy. But I don't know. Have you been seeing a repetitive sign these days? Because with Pilgrim, this is trying to say something powerful to you, that you would otherwise think it's clickbait, like, too hard to believe. Would this really be true? But I think this message, or this sign, this dream, this synchronicity is trying to tell you that something super big is coming. It's trying to show you a massive breakthrough. Okay, let's continue. There's something so magical about this pile, but let's see what it's trying to say. So, yeah, it's like my dream that I shared with you of it being a dream, but it was so real. Something like that here. You're warding something off as too real, too good to be true. But it actually holds a lot of weight. This sign, or this synchronicity, or this message, this sacred divine message that you've been getting is real. It's not clickbait. It's not going to disappoint you. So let's see. You've got the warrior, the perfectionism, perfectionism, as well as burnout. Okay. And finally, your last oracle card is air. gosh, pile number 1 didn't have the word air, but they had air. I'm not going to spoil it. I will just say, if you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. They had another word that really rhymed with the word. It sounds like air. So yeah, just check pile number 1 if you're drawn to it. I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, so let's take a look at your tarot cards. Thanks. Whoa, that was quick. Right. And we even have some cards sticking out here, so let's take them. Right, so you've got the Queen of Wands. And there's the Queen of Swords here. 2 queens. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. And that's why I'm saying Queen. Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. But she's not present. Her energy is present. Her thoughts is present. And that reminds us of the dream, right? Or, yeah, you thinking about something a lot that's really going to manifest. As crazy as you might think that could be true. So you've got Temperance and you've got the Lovers figures and the Temperance card. You've got the Hermit. Crazy, a lot, like strong Hermit energy here. Hermit with the Figure of the World card, by the way. It's going to be completed. You're manifesting something. Your energy is genuinely manifesting something here. You're going through a magical process. Pilgrim reminds me of magic. It's like the river going somewhere, a sacred place on earth, doing rituals, and your dreams come true if you go there, you know? Something magical is going on 100% in this pile. Whoa! You've got the Tower card, and you again have the Figures of the World cards. And I guess we have space for one more card. I'm feeling this one. Death card. Something is ending, allowing space for something else. It's like a purge, allowing space for something powerful. You know, like the teeth, children's teeth, the milky teeth. This purge, allowing space for the real teeth, powerful teeth to come out. And just like thinking of the milk teeth, I think they're called milky teeth, children teeth. I feel like there was something in your life that was present for a reason, but it wasn't meant to stay forever. It's just like these milk teeth. They were simply there to preserve the space needed for the real thing to come. So maybe you think, whoa, look at that. Maybe you think that this present energy that was there for a long time, it wasn't giving you what you wanted, but it was there. Now that you're getting the real thing, you're going to realize that this thing isn't clickbait. I have a good example with love, for example. So, but I don't know how it's going to act like the milky tooth preserving the real thing. But I can tell you what I mean when it comes to you thinking over time that that's not what it does, only to realize that this is what it does. It's like being in a relationship. That's okay, I guess. But then you go through this relationship and you're like, oh, you know, I thought love was going to be like this or be like that or be this. I thought all of these amazing things happen in love, only for your partner to tell you, laugh, maybe they didn't go through it themselves either. So they also warded off with you, and your partner says, oh, you know, these things are just in fairy tales. They're not the real love. So to you, you just warded off ideas of what actual love is like as clickbait, because that's what the movies taught us. But in real life, you know, love is not like that. Only to now go through the real stuff, like actually going through a massive, beautiful love story, as an example. But I don't know how this would hold space for you. Maybe this relationship held the space for you to grow, to learn, to not get into maybe toxic relationships that would have hurt you. Maybe it held space for you, yeah, to grow or something. Allowing it wasn't like deep enough for anything maybe serious to happen, giving space for the real thing to happen, perhaps. So that's just an example to translate the energy. There's a lot of thoughts here up in the clouds where you've imagined one day something to be in a particular way. You've always dreamt of it to be in a way. But when it came to the real world, it looks to me with temperance that it was moderate. Like, it's not that you didn't have any of that energy. You did have. You were lucky there. You got some good energy, good, wonderful, like good energy. It was just enough to keep things going. So whether this is in your work, in your love life, relationships, or something else that I'm not picking up in, it's funny how this deck split into the Chariot, but I feel like you're moving towards that now. Again, that balance. I feel like this temporary or in between situation gave you enough to heal with temperance, gave you enough to create an internal balance that was very important. And I feel like something massive is rising here in your life. So you went through your whole life almost alone, or not, searching for something that was up in the clouds. You deemed it as clickbait because you didn't have it the way you imagined it one day. You weren't starved of it. Sorry, you weren't starved of it. You got on pretty well, but it was never what you were imagining. It's kind of like look but don't touch, touch but don't taste, taste but don't swallow kind of energy. It was just enough to be there, but was it really there? And I'm going to try to find out what is that energy that you got some but didn't get the taste of it. It's like getting chocolate and pie, but they don't taste like you imagined. They're okay, I guess, but they're not this, let's say, Belgian chocolate you envisioned, you know? This is what I'm trying to say. Or maybe you got that ice cream, but it tasted a bit too chemically. You got that chocolate, but it wasn't that delicious. That sort of energy. So now I'm inclined to ask, where does this area fall in your life? We've got two cards here. We did ask. I was very curious. It's just that the Chariot is showing that you're moving towards that now. But we did ask, so we're going to hold that energy. Where in life is that? You've got the Chariot, you've got the King of Cups, and you've got the Ace of Swords. So for some of you, it's wanting to go somewhere in life. While you did go there, but it's not really as far as you wanted to go. So let's say you wanted to always get out of your town or city, right? And while you did get out, you didn't go that far. So you deemed going to a magnificent place as something maybe luxurious or something that, is realistically not for you or something. So a move. Some of you with the King of Cups, because that's the thing in your heart. So it could actually be love or something in your heart. It's like the thing you always wanted to experience, so close to your heart. But you're like, realistically, I'm not going to get it in this way. And, well, I have some of it, so I'm lucky to have some of it. And that's that. For some of you, it's an intellectual pursuit. So you always wanted to get information about something. And every time you search for this information, there are so many promises, and you read that book, for example, or you look at that research or whatever, and it kind of like touches things on the surface, but it never gives you that information you're starving to learn about. It's There's always these massive promises of getting that information, but you're like, you never, sorry about the background noise, find something that hits the spot. So I mean, in all cases, you're like, I guess I'm fine, but you're always envisioning something better. You convince yourself that it's okay, but your thoughts, they're always there. They're always there in the better. It's just that you've got to the point where you've learned not to believe it anymore. It's like part of you is searching, the other part is like, eh, that's just too good to be true for it to actually happen. Yeah. But funny enough, the search never stopped. But just before you turn it, you're like, it's not going to be real. Yep, not real. And you're searching. And then it's not going to be real. Yep, not going to be real. It's not real. You gotten used to that. Well, I have a huge surprise for you. Whether it's a move or something that you really want and it's not happening for you, or some information that you're trying to access, this thing that you're always dreaming about is happening right now. The way it's happening, though, is not right away. It seems like there's a purge of happening first, just like the milky teeth. There's like what's already there in your life is going to start moving around. It's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to come out of your life, and you're like, no, I mean, that was already what was making me patient. What's up with that? But you're absolutely protected. Even when that thing, just like the milky tooth, comes out of your life, you're going to be protected. You're not going to pay for anything bad as it's happening. Like, you're not going to suffer through it at all. You're going to be taken care of it, and that's a powerful message here that you're meant to hear. As you're going through that magical process, it's like the spring rain. There's purge, there's like the milky tooth coming out, but as it's coming out, imagine metaphorically you're with your parents, you're at the doctor, it's not hurting you, the doctor is giving you that healthy chocolate, which the dentist should never do, but yeah, they're giving you healthy chocolate. I guess if it's xylitol, it's good for the teeth. But anyways, I digress. You're really taken care of. So, and you get informed about the fact that you're going to get strong teeth now. And in that way, I am seeing you're going through that purge in your life right now. That middle ground, that I guess it's okay, is coming out of your life, that was just holding space for something much, much bigger. You're moving out of this, or it's coming out of your life right now as you're watching this reading. Powerfully, it's going to be out, fully out. Initially, you're like, oh no, it's coming out. But you're going to be informed or learn that that's actually a good thing. Because right as this is coming out of your life, something happens at the same time. It's the Sun and the Death card. Like they pass on something. One passes on something for the other to hold. So just like a running competition, someone here gives the card or passes on something for the other one to start running, you see? So they pass it on to each other. There's a swap almost of something is moving out, and as something is coming out, the other amazing thing at the same time is happening in your life, and they swap places. So you're like, that new thing, just like a sunrise, is not fully out in bloom, but you're like, hey, there's the sun. The night's ending, but the sun's coming out. Ooh. So it's like a dawn almost in your life of you going, oh, I lost the night, but hey, the sun's rising. Something's happening here. So these two informations, or you learn about these two things at the same time. It's like, for example, with the Ace of Swords, you hear the news that nobody's going to be researching about this anymore, and you go, no, at least somebody's been researching, only to at the same time get a phone call from your scientist friend who tells you, I figured it out. I got it. So no more research, but somebody's got it here. So they're like, I'm going to meet you and tell you all about it. So yeah, you're on the precipice of something big, something that you really want, a massive move that you've always wanted, something that your heart always yearned for. Is like, when is this ever going to happen for me? Or some information that you've always been seeking. Who knows? Maybe it's three of them for you. Yeah, looks like it. Or maybe even more that I'm not picking up on. Because there is the throne of the King of Pentacles here. So maybe this is even wealth for some of you. Love, wealth, something that your heart is desiring, a move, information. It are all things that I'm seeing in your cards. So yeah, we don't want to place these here. What you always deemed as impossible is about to become possible right now. Deemed as impossible is about to become impossible right now. So what do you expect in this massive transformation that's happening in your life right now? What are the events? Page of Pentacles. So the good news comes before the bad news, which is a Page of Cups, if I'm reading this correctly. Whoa, the Star card. Yeah. The Hermit's relaxing. Whoa, the Lover's card. Oh, wow. Okay. The Devil card. Okay. They're actually happening at the same time. They're not one before the other. They're happening at exactly the same time. So in terms of what's coming out of your life, you're about to learn, be illuminated by the fact that what you've been stuck with, these are both devil cards here, devil energies. So what you've been attaching yourself to, you're going to learn that you don't have to attach yourself here. It's not the only way. You've gotten the keys here. You got massive information. You're going to learn about how to get what you want. You're going to learn that you're not stuck there. You're going to learn that that's wrong, that's toxic. How you're going to learn about how it's affecting you. But you're also going to learn about how to unlock yourself from it, that you don't have to be part of it. So yeah, you're going to get illuminated about how you don't have to be stuck there. You're like, I always thought I had to be stuck to this, that's the only way. You're going to get some massive information about how you're not stuck there, how you don't have to be stuck there, how it's not good for you. And you're gonna use that information right away to relax into your dream. It's like, oh, right away. You get this information, you take yourself out of it, you simply get into the right one. Can you believe this? This is why I told you one of your big energies here is being fully protected. Didn't I tell you guys it's like one thing passes on to the other? There's a point where both meet. You're like, oh, that's wrong. That's harming me. I don't have to be stuck there, because with this same information that's exposing this, it's also giving me exactly what I need to do. So you simply divert into the other one, and the other one is where you want to actually be. It's not that half situation anymore. You plunge into it. You're like, oh, I love being here. That's what I wanted. It didn't turn out to be a myth. It turned out to be true. And good. What happened here is an opportunity for me to be here. And yeah, so what's about to happen next is you learning about what's wrong, you getting the key to what's right in the same moment, same time. So you simply move away from that energy because you're empowered, you have the key to move into the right one. Goodbye. That's as simple as that. That wrong thing served you for a while. It was good. It held space for when the right energy to come, when it's ready to come, for you to make that simple move from this to that. And that is exactly what I see as the energy of your next breakthrough. You're on the precipice. This is the world figure in the Hermit. You're on the precipice to fulfilling what you've always been looking for. It's right now. And it might not just be one thing, it might be several things. You might be surprised to see how it's just simply happening in your life. It's just simply like a pattern of different things, just simply you're simply moving from this to that, and that's easy. And another thing in your life, simply moving from this to that. A third thing in your life, simply moving from this to that. It might be 3 things or maybe more, 4 things in your life. It might be a move along with something you've always loved and wished for in your heart. And all of them are things you're wishing for, by the way, but something dear to your heart. It could be money you're looking for. It could be some information you're looking for. And all of them, you're going tip top, tip top, tip top, tip top. And you're like, in a matter of, and I heard a month in my mind. So maybe it's in a matter of a month. In a matter of a month, I found myself moving from all of these different things from one end to another in the weirdest way. And this is exactly the energy that I see for this pile. And my dear pile number 2, this concludes your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're taking a look at the energy of your next breakthrough. And these are the decks that I'll be using for your reading today. If you're interested in knowing the names of any of them, you'll find that I always list them below for you guys. All right, so very quickly, let me introduce your pile. It looks like you're getting these 2. Your pile to you. Your crystal is the beautiful yellow Aventurine. Your significator card, oh, this one moved, let's take it, is the Page of Cups. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Pisces, Cancer, Aries, as well as Libra. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your signs, please don't worry about it. It's just another way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's begin your reading by taking a look at your oracle cards. First, let's shuffle your tarot deck so that it's ready to pull from right away. And then we'll be pulling out your tarot cards to expand your reading and have a full picture of what we're looking at in terms of the energy of your next breakthrough. Right, first of all, doesn't this look like an eye? It's like a suit, but a bird face, right? Eating from a beautiful cup. I'm so curious. Let's check out. Just so curious what this Page of Cups is about. I find it to be very interesting. So, does it say anything here? Artistic expression, no. The Page of Cups represents curious, youthful energy. It's not really telling us. Right, so yeah, it's just very interesting. There's a bird. Also, birds are messengers, ideas, messages. And at the beginning of your pile, I don't know if you've noticed, I was getting a lot of messages on my phone. So I feel like also the pages are heralds. So I feel like right off the bat, you're getting a powerful message or something. But let's see. Let's keep that here. And let's take a look at the rest of your cards. This way we'll have a message. You've got, ooh, the spirit aspect of Leo is courage. And it says, a lion leads the pride. Move forward with courage. Face whatever it is that frightens you by finding your inner strength and your ability to persevere. Courage is a learned skill that you can build upon, right? The more you do that which you maybe don't always dare to do, the more you build up that courage to, in general, go after the things you want to do or to do the things that you want to do. For sure. You've got, this is not professional advice by any means, of course. This is just creative reading. So you've got the musician with inspiration and gratitude. I find it interesting that I was going to say musician. So I'll keep that in mind, right? So magic and music could be sound healing, maybe? I think so. I don't know how it's going to fit into your reading, but I think that's what it's trying to say. Sound healing. The magic of sound healing. You've got, lessons learned. That wasn't pile number 1. If you're drawn to pile number 1, I highly recommend it. Although your pile is the, by the way, chosen pile by spirit. But again, if you're drawn to pile number 1, this is your reading as well. And your keywords here are wisdom gained, completing cycles, growth through experience. I'm wiser now. Very interesting. Okay. I feel like you're building some form of strength here, especially the power of your throat chakra. And it looks like the power of your throat chakra messages, right? The power of your throat chakra is particularly in your pile bringing you abundance. Yeah, it's like the womb, the space for creativity and creation. Well, very interesting. Okay. Wake up call. So you've got spiritual awakening, sudden clarity, urgent awareness, can't ignore anymore. Wow. It's like you wake up and you use the power of your voice or something. Wow, massive awakening here. You're like, I'm not afraid to use my voice or something. Isn't that interesting? Huh. Okay, you've got seasons. Well, looks like things are really shifting up. I would check your astrological chart. There's something going on, life lessons around Saturn or around the placement of Leo. If you have a placement of Leo or Saturn, there's some massive energy there in your chart. Things are massively changing up. You will witness massive changes. And it has to do with you awakening to your power, you learning about what's more important than the other, like learning that the power of your voice leads, becomes more important than everything else that subsides next to it. Yeah, there's a massive wake-up call relating to the power of your voice here. That nothing is more important or something. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards, which we've shuffled to get a complete picture of what we're looking at in terms of the energy of your next breakthrough. Woohoo! So I've got the Judgment card here. Wow. Let's go. You've got the Queen of Swords. There's something now about expression, but it looks to me here, for some of you, it has to do with writing, expressing your voice, because there's like a lot of books all of a sudden, but it doesn't have to be, right? Just your thoughts could be representing your thoughts, and your thoughts matters, your voice matters. Ooh, look at this unicorn, the Knight of Wands. if you follow your passion and what you want to say, your uniqueness comes out or something. Wow. Look at that, the devil. And look, don't they look like voices? I feel like somebody's been robbing your voice from you, only allowing you to say toxic things, or only say the things that they want or something. But what they've robbed from you is far more valuable than anything they've given you. Your voice is more important. Your voice is more, we keep getting that message. Your voice is more important than anything you're getting. What are you getting? What, I don't know your story, of course, but I feel like it's I'm starting to realize it's more profound than what I'm thinking. Are you you seem to be in a peculiar situation. What situation are you in? 9 of Pentacles, and the wind just grows strong all of a sudden as I'm asking this question. 9 of Pentacles, you're following a note. Again, the sound. You're following somebody's sound, somebody else's, something about you're saying things or following other people's thoughts, following other people's work or something, perhaps believing that it's the best, that it sounds good, and there might be reality to it, there might be truth, to it, that what you're given could be great, but it's really limiting you with the devil card. I don't know what your story is, but perhaps you're a creative person and you've learned to follow those before you really well, and you've lost your own path, which is going to be so much more unique than them. So it could be your voice in terms of your work. It could be your voice in terms of the people you're with. You're following their script. There could be a lot of right things that they say, like correct things that they say, but it doesn't mean that everything they're saying is correct. There's something about you finding your voice, finding your strength, and realizing that perhaps there is some things to learn, of course, from the script of others. But most importantly, I feel like your breakthrough is coming through you learning to tune in to your own sound magic. Because with the unicorn and the Knight of Wands, it seems like, and the message comes up again, it seems like you will be carving a new path that nobody has ever seen before. And so without learning about a different way, you would always think that this is the only way. So think about it this way. Someone invents classical music, right? And they believe that's the only way to go. And while classical music is timeless, it's something that we love. Oh my God, like it is classical music. But saying that this is the only type of music that should exist, that's not the way to go. There are so many different types of music coming from different cultures, from different creatives, from different people that are magnificent. So in that way, there's something about this is not the only way to write your book, to voice your opinions. You're in your next personal breakthrough. It looks like a personal breakthrough of you finding your power, your voice. You're waking up to something bigger. You're like, while there's a lot of truth to this, it may not be the only truth. And it's okay to have different truth. It's healthy. It's great. But you're waking up to your light, which is this new season. and carving a new path, which is going to serve people in a very different way. And all are very important. What is that? Oh, we did. Oh, wow. I'm glad we opened this. There's a lot of music here from different piles. Yeah, I feel like all these different instruments play a part in the symphony. And so, in the same way, you will be an iconic piece to a bigger symphony. And you're going to be waking up to your voice, to your throat chakra, which is going to become very strong these days. Yeah, in this season, your own thoughts, your own vibration, your own energy is rising, and you're following it. You'll find yourself in this next phase of your life not afraid to speak up. You know how when we say older people, they're not afraid anymore, they just say whatever they want in their mind. I almost pick up on a vibe like that. Not that you should, of course, be rude or anything. There's always a good way to do things, of course. I'm just saying, Queen of Swords, that's what I want to say. That's what I believe in. That's what I'm going to do. So something within you is waking up these days, and you're like, if I want to say it, I'm going to say it. If I feel it, if I want it, I'm going to do it. Your voice just wakes up, and a sleeping voice wakes up, and you experience with that. It's like a power that arises that you can't even stop. Even if you want to stop it, you can't stop it. And with a rising power like that, you want to be careful with the setup, because you're not going to hold back at all with a rising power like that. No filters here. So try to stay away from, at least in the beginning, until you learn how to drive this massive power that's coming out here. Stay away from things that you could regret later, because pure energy, raw energy, is an energy that you still need to tweak. That's why there's always like, it has to be attuned, not blocked, just attuned, right? A guitar doesn't have to be blocked, it just has to be attuned. And so this is why there's a maestro, making sure that all these magical instruments are working in harmony. So this is not a reading that's saying, hey, work on yourself a little bit more because you're getting there. No. This is a reading that's saying that your voice energy is coming out these days. I don't know what you're doing or what happened here, but it's coming out. And so you'll find yourself, just, if you have writer's block and you're a writer, oh my God, forget the writer's block. You're just going to go, and you're like, oh, I don't want to forget. And you have to be typing or writing. So in that case, your guidance here is to create a system. Maybe you want to have a commonplace book, a book of commonplace, so that you can take these quick notes and not for like next to you as you're working with that massive creative energy. Or if this is like you, your throat chakra opening up, and it holds true for everything. You're just going to find yourself speaking unapologetically without fear. You want to stay away from things that could create trouble, get you caught or something, I don't know, until you attune this energy. This is not saying block your voice. This is just saying, just be careful until, like, you got a car. It's not saying don't drive it. It's just saying now the wisdom comes in knowing how to drive the car, right? So it's not about blocking your voice. This is not saying block your voice. This is just saying you want to learn discipline, right? You're still going to use that car. You're still going to be forthcoming with your voice, because you're learning. You wake up life lessons. You wake up and learn that nothing precedes, is the word I'm looking for. Yes, that was the word I'm looking for. Not subsides. Nothing ever precedes the power of your voice. It's just learning, just like the maestro, to wisely bring it together? How are you going to voice things? Sometimes you voice things with loud silence at the right time. So yeah, that's the wisdom here. But I feel like you particularly are going to have a very unique voice that needs to arise in humanity. That's why you can't block it. You're just a vessel here. It's like spirit speaking through you almost. And it's a unique voice rising in your vessel. That's why you can't stop it. And that's why you want to manage it almost. You know? Because it's coming out. Don't block it, because it will entrap you to come out. So what does entrap you to come out mean? Like, you can't entrap it. This is raw power. It will entrap you to come out. So it's not like punishment, but at all. It's just saying it. I'm just saying it's raw energy and you can't block it, you know? Like, for example, when you want to throw up, right? It doesn't mean that your body is being mean to you or it's doing something bad. Is it a little bit against your will? For sure. But it's your body actually protecting you. It's taking out of the body all the toxins that could hurt you, right? So in that same way, when I say this is raw energy, it will entrap you before you entrap it. I mean, like, it's just like the throwing up. It's gonna come out. It's for your own good. If you're not in the restroom, it's not gonna look pretty. You know, it's not gonna be nice. So you've learned as you grew up, right? Even from being a child, from the first time, that this is not something that you can control. And so when you get that urge, you're like, right, what's the right thing to do? I need to run to the restroom quickly. And I need to make sure everything, like my clothes, we're not going to get into the details, but you learn how to maestro that energy so that it doesn't entrap you, because it's coming out. So in that weird way, I'm also seeing that your voice is coming out. Wait, woke up. Your power is coming out. And you're going to be very look, you're going to be so thankful for this energy. But also, you're going to learn how to wisely work with it, with this power. It's new to you, in that way at least. And so your reading is showing you want to stay away from things that could get you in trouble. Like, for example, telling your partner, I hate when you do this. You know, that is just absolutely horrible. Not that you shouldn't voice your opinion. Of course you have to voice your opinion. But you're now have to take a step back and, in your own privacy, see how you're going to get that voice that's going to come out anyway. You want to say things like, I appreciate that you care about these things in your life. I care for them too, because they're your things, but they are harming me in this way. And so I will not be able to allow this to happen to me anymore. And so we need to agree on how we can manage this so that you can do what you want, but I'm not harmed in the process. So your voice is coming out. You just want to take a little bit of a side before it gets you into trouble. Yeah, very interesting. You've been getting messages, wind, powerful wind, and all of that in your reading ever since the beginning. So, you've got the Ace of Swords. It's like a new being is born. It's you, but it has its own energy, its own personality. And you got to be just like a wise parent, nurture this new idea, these new ideas, these new voices, this new power that's being born that will have a strong voice, just like a baby. And baby on an airplane. I hope everyone's super kind to mothers with babies on airplanes, but I'm just saying that I'm just trying to give you an example of how loud babies are, right? So, yeah, it's going to have its own loud voice. It's part of you, but it's almost out of your control. Like, what's part of you but out of your control? Do we have anything like that? Hair? I guess. I mean, hair does its thing in the wind. You could be standing, but your hair is going like this. That's the best way I can like say this. I think children, the card's doing better exempling than me, giving better examples than me. So yeah, it's like your own child, your own flesh and blood, but it's gonna have its own personality, right? Your best shot is not to control them, but to give them wisdom, right? The swords, to give them wisdom. Yeah, so your reading is preparing you. This is the energy of your next breakthrough. You will find yourself much more outspoken, not afraid of anything. Leo, you're shining bright. It's going to shock you before everyone else. It's a new season of your life. That energy is destined to rise now. Yeah, speaking of now, is that like now or during this time of your life? So when is this powerful energy rising for you? 3 of Cups. It's going to happen in 3 phases. 3 phases. And there is another 3 at the bottom, which makes me feel like it's going to happen in 6 months. But every month is going to be more substantial than the next, until after, in the 6th month, not only would your voice have become like its full energy out and standing up, but it also has that wisdom. Yeah, it also is in control of that wisdom, right? It's able to hold that cup, not just taste through it, peek through it. It's able to hold it. So I'm getting the feeling that the initial 3 months, so starting now, the initial 3 months, although the voice's awakening is not as big as later, but they will, however, be the hardest months, because you're like attuning to this new energy. And then all of a sudden, the 4th month, it becomes much bigger. It's like almost from a frog to a prince kind of energy. It becomes very big, and then it becomes bigger and bigger. But weirdly enough, the next 3 months are more comfortable with the table being here. You're able to carry that power. Yeah. But the energy becomes stronger, and you don't need support anymore. I feel like in the 6th month, you'll be able to stand all on your own, hold it well, the wisdom with the power. Wow. So it's talking about the next 6 months starting now. Okay, that's better. So you're going to notice sound activation. Where's the 3 of Cups? There, let's keep it here. You're going to start noticing these days right away some weird sound activation. So what is sound activation? You might start noticing that your voice, is starting to sound nicer because of that power that comes with it, that comes with that raw power. Your voice is starting to sound nicer. It's starting to sound clearer. It's starting to sound stronger. There's potency. You're going to find yourself finding yourself saying things without thinking about it much. Like you just say it. Perhaps not big things, but you're gonna surprise yourself, because you're gonna go, oof, I didn't dare say these things before. Just like saying a comment, for example, to your manager, or to anyone in power, maybe, or someone that you couldn't voice things to before. Maybe you're not active on social media and you find yourself just posting something. I don't know, but they're not going to be so big, but they're still pouts, strong pouts than before. You're definitely observing things that shock you. Just like insects, they're small, but if they fly, oh my God, right? They're definitely going to shock everyone. So, or if like they come near you and you're like, oh, yeah, small but mighty. So it's the same thing. You're going to find yourself these days saying small but mighty things. You're going to say something, maybe it's not mighty for others, but it's mighty for you because you're like, oh my God, I would have never imagined myself saying that before. Maybe you don't talk much to people and you find yourself joking with your barista. Like, hey, how are you doing today? Or something like that. uh, Three of Cups at the end of the day is pleasant connections with others. So that could be, like I said, connection on social media. That could be the barista ideas actually from the glass of wine. So yeah, so um, things like that. Oh, maybe you'll find yourself in an event making a toast, going, I want to make a toast. And you make your toast, and you're like, woof, that was great. Like, you find yourself doing things like that. That's the first 3 months, and it starts now. You're going to start, after you finish this reading, experiencing the power of your voice, and it's just coming. It's just coming. You're really going to, by the way, appreciate it. You're really going to appreciate that energy that is rising through you, forcing you to learn important things as you practice it, because it's like, we ain't gonna wait for pile number 3 to step outside their comfort zone and writing this book or singing or doing whatever. We're just gonna push them there, and they're gonna learn as they say these things, right? So maybe you're singing and you're like, that note, I have to practice that little part. So yeah, you're learning as you're doing things, and you really don't care when you go wrong. You've got Leo here, raw energy, doesn't matter. You're not going to be affected in any way, shape, or form. And so much so that you want to be careful here, actually. You want to do that same thing we talked about with throwing up, for example. Yeah. Something about you these days, you're going to start moving on to a new path, an exciting one, where you're no longer following other people's scripts, but holding your own. It's a new one. It's a very unique one. It's a missing element in the world of voices. It's a unique, new, missing voice from what seems like a complete symphony. You come in and you make it so beautiful, where the artists are like, oh my God, how did we go without that sound? Oh, and I'm speaking metaphorically here. How did we go without that sound? We need that sound. Everything is just beautiful with that sound. That sound is important. So yeah, you're teaching humanity through that energy that's being born. Yeah, that's why I've got the vessel, the Page of Cups, that vessel. Your vessel where this voice is going to be birthed. You know how a lot of people, like, for example, channel ideas? You're going to be channeling a voice. You're going to be the vessel for a voice. And that's exactly what I see in your reading. Mastery with the Eight of Pentacles is coming to you for free, just like with channeling. When someone writes a book and they channel all these massive ideas, it looks like it's for free, but they're the vessel through which these ideas pass through, right? And so it's the same with sound, as we were learning in your reading. You'll find yourself, ooh, how did I miss that? Also, part of your blessings that comes with this energy is that you'll all of a sudden find yourself to be great with musical instruments. You'll have a musical ear. You're going to be one of those people that goes, yeah, I see. You see, there's this background of this particular instrument, and everyone's like trying to go, huh? Yeah, don't you hear it in the background? There. And you almost have to single everything out for everyone to go, oh, I didn't hear that. How did you hear that? So you're going to have great musical ears. You're going to find yourself being able to pick up on musical instruments so well with that raw energy. It's like it's a raw energy and not a little bit of it. It's all coming through. So you're going to be able to voice your opinions better. You're going to be able to write books better. You're going to be able to listen to music better, like put rhythms better. Your voice is going to sound better. You name it, everything that comes with that. That's as much as I can remember. Also, powerful voice, right? When you speak, your voice has an energy and it's heard. Yeah, all of the things that come with that. I hope I was able to find all of the things that come with sound. Healing, healing. Oh boy, guys, this pile should dedicate a bit of their time to heal others through sound. Like maybe if you try it out for yourself first, of course, before you do anything for others, but get into the meditation and go, Om. You will find that your own voice heals you. That's raw energy. Your own voice will heal you. And maybe you want to create sound meditation that will heal others as well. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing in terms of the energy of your next breakthrough. I wish you all the best of luck with that. That was really a magical reading. I feel like the light has been creating. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this was your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it, my dear pile number 3. Please do let me know what this is all about. I'm so excited for you. You go, pile number 3. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. That voice is going to teach you a lot.